A look at obituaries presented by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for burials and cremations and pre-need is Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Funeral service for Rossie D. Osborne, age 87 of Sylacauga, will be Friday morning at 11 a.m. from Curtis and Son North, with the Reverend Miles Couch officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Visitation at the North Chapel tonight from 5 until 8 o'clock. Online condolences at curtisandsonfh.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Mr. John A. Gravel, age 82 of Childersburg, is this morning at 11 a.m. from the Childersburg Chapel of Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Visitation prior to the service from 10 until 11. Burial, military burial at the Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo will follow at 2 p.m. Online condolences at curtisandsonfh.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Billy Jack Landers, age 87 of Harpersville, is today at 11 o'clock from the Chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home. Dr. Darrell Wood, the Reverend Stephen Huntley, and Reverend Skip Parvin officiating. Burial in the Talladega Springs Cemetery. Mr. Landers died Monday, December 19th at his residence. He was a member of the First Baptist Church of Childersburg. In lieu of flowers or food, the family asked that donations be made to the First Baptist Church of Childersburg or to the church daycare fund. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Franklin Benefield, age 74 of Childersburg, will be today at 1 o'clock from Radley Smith Funeral Home Chapel. Dr. Wayne McDaniel officiating. Burial in the Green Hill Cemetery of Childersburg. Mr. Benefield died Monday, December 19th at Shelby Baptist Medical Center. And he served in the U.S. Army after training in the Panama Canal. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for George Raymond King, age 90, will be Friday at 1 o'clock from Radley Smith Funeral Home Chapel. Dr. Charles Moore and Joan Black officiating. Burial in the New Site Baptist Church Cemetery. Mr. King died Tuesday, December 20th at his residence. He was a member of the First Baptist Church of Weguffka and volunteered at the Weguffka Senior Center. Visitation will be Friday from 11 to 1 at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Patricia Swinford Blackerby, age 75, is Friday at 2 p.m. from Eureka Baptist Church. The Reverend Jason Grissom and the Reverend Randy Howell officiating. Burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Cemetery in Talladega. The family will receive friends at the church on Friday from 12:30 until 2 p.m. Mrs. Blackerby died at her residence December the 20th. She was a member of the Eureka Baptist Church. Online condolences at urshreyfuneralhome.com. Urshrey Funeral Home in Talladega, directing. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be sent to the Eureka Baptist Church Ministry, 10250 Stimley Road, Talladega, 35160, Urshrey Funeral Home, directing. Memorial service for Samuel D. Caldwell, age 58, is 1 o'clock Friday, Terry's Mortuary Chapel. The Reverend Johnny F. McKinney officiating. Mr. Caldwell died December 18th. Online condolences at terrysmortuary.com. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary, directing. Funeral service for Mr. Robert Curry, age 62, is 1 o'clock Friday at Sims Chapel, with Pastor C.M. Henderson Sr. officiating. Interment in the Jennifer Cemetery. Sims Funeral Service, directing. Funeral service for Mr. Charles Adam Stoner, age 30, will be Friday at 11 a.m. from West End Baptist Church. The Reverend Donald DeLee officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery in Sylacauga. The family receiving friends tonight, 5 until 8 at Radley Funeral Home. Mr. Stoner died Sunday, December the 18th in Tuscaloosa. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City, in charge of the arrangements. And Jimmy Joe Waldrop, age 82, died December 19th. A memorial service, celebration of life, will be held at Midway Memory Gardens on Friday, December 23rd at 2 p.m. Pastor Paul Lett will officiate. In lieu of flowers, you may make donations to the JDRF Diabetes Foundation or your local animal shelter. Midway Memory Gardens Funeral Home in Talladega, in charge of the arrangements. Let's look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home for pre-need, burials, and cremations is Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg, 256-245-4361.